Takbir means to make something bigger and bigger. Allahu Akbar, Allah is the greatest. So now the saying Allahu Akbar, this is takbir. But actually only saying is not sufficient. To make Allah supreme, to make the deen of Allah supreme, so that He is obeyed in all aspects of life. It is actually takbir of the Rabb, that He is really accepted as great, as the biggest, as the greatest, as the authority, as the sovereign. Sovereignty rests with Him. So actually this is takbir. وَلَتُكَبِّرُ اللَّهَ عَلَى مَا هَدَاكُمْ. But this takbir, after the month of Ramadan, when there is Eid, then we have special takbir. In the Salah of Eid, there are additional takbir. This takbir saying Allahu Akbar is also takbir. وَلَتُكَبِّرُ اللَّهَ عَلَى مَا هَدَاكُمْ. And this takbir is on the guidance that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you. You should magnify Him, glorify Him on the guidance that He gave you. The blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that came to you in the form of Quran. وَلَعَلَّكُمْ تَشْكُرُونَ. And so that you can really be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now this has a very deep meaning. As I told you, man is composed of two constituent parts. The animal existence, the material existence, and the spiritual existence. Both are self-sufficient and independent, joined together. The tendencies of both are different, rather opposite to each other. One has come from this earth, from the clay of the earth, from the crust of the earth. The other has come from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. يَقَلُونَ كَانِ الرُّوحُ قُلِ الرُّوحُ مِنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّي. Our animal being, the source is this earth. And everything that we need for this animal being, for its feeding, for its requirement, all things come from there, from the earth. The food is coming from there. Everything which rejuvenates this body, this animal existence, coming from the earth. And now for this ruh, something that comes from Him, from whom the ruh has come. That is the only thing that can give him the strength, the real life. This ruh needs feeding. And the food of this ruh and the spirit is the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because it is in itself manifestation of the word of Kun. Kun Sayaqool. Every ruh of ours is a word of Kun from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it will be strengthened, it will be revived, it will be rejuvenated, it will be revitalized by the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by Quran. And that is what we are doing. Keeping the fast during the day, and during night we are awake with this Quran. Actually this is the two-pronged attack for this spiritual purification during the month of Ramadan. During the day you are with fast. You are suppressing your animal existence. You are weakening it. At least some weakening is there. Although the weather may be very good. But then, starvation, the craving from food and drinking, it has that effect, definite effect. And then in the night, keep awake, stand, listen to Allah's salam, His word, let it be absorbed in the soils of your heart and your mind. And that is actually, then you will know what a big blessing this Quran is. And then you will be able to give the thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala proportionately. And the next result is, وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ. When the ruh awakens, when the ruh is revitalized, it wants to get nearer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to its real source. كُلُّ شَيْءٍ يَرْجِعُ إِلَىٰ أَصْلِهِ. This is the saying of the Arabic language. Everything wants to return to its own source. The source of this ruh is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when it is awakened, and when it has been revitalized, it wants to be nearer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, my bondmen, ibadi, ask you about me, فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ. Tell them I am very near to them. I am not far off. I am very close to their hearts. I am nearer to them than their jugular veins. I am with them wherever they are. هُوَ مَعَكُمْ أَيْنَمَا كُنْتُمْ. He is with you wherever you are. أُجِيبُ دَعْوَةَ الدَّاعِ إِذَا دَعَانِ. I respond to the invocations. I respond to the prayers, supplications of my bondsmen. إِذَا دَعَانِ. Where and when they call me, where and when they pray me, I listen to their prayers. I accept their prayers. I respond to their supplications and prayers. فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي. Now this is the other aspect, as I told you today, that the relationship between Allah and His bondsman is two-sided. فَاذْكُرُونِي أَذْكُرْكُمْ. Remember me, I will remember you. If you mention me in your heart, remember me in your heart, I will remember you in my heart. If you mention me in a gathering, I will mention you in a much higher and better gathering of the Malaikatul Muqarrabun. I will mention my bondsman, my such and such bondsman is mentioning me, he is remembering me, he is preaching my word, he is teaching my and conveying my message, so I will be mentioning him. In the same way here, if you want that I should listen to your prayers, if you want that I should accept your prayers, if you want that I should grant your request, you should also listen to me. You should also hearken to me. You should also respond to me. You should also accept my command. فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي وَلْيُؤْمِنُوا بِي. So they should also listen to me. They should also respond to me. They should also have faith in me. وَلْيُؤْمِنُوا بِي لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْشُدُونَ. So that they are led aright and they go straight to the final destination when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be pleased with them. رَضِيَ اللَّهُ عَنْهُمْ وَرَضُوا عَنْهُ. There will be a mutual pleasure of both. Allah will be pleased with them and they will be pleased with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Again, the two-sided bilateral relationship. رَضِيَ اللَّهُ عَنْهُمْ وَرَضُوا عَنْهُ. Now this ayah has another aspect of importance. And that is that this is the biggest magna carta of the rights of human beings that was given to humanity 1400 years ago. Otherwise, human beings were at the mercy of people who said to them, well, we are intermediaries between you and Allah and your God. You have to please us before you can place your applications and your prayers and your wishes and your requests to Allah, to your God. All the peers, all the pandits, all the pujaris, you know, this is key. Everywhere you will find this word, peer, pandit, pujari, parohat, pope. All you know is from these. And they have been exploiting humanity. Actually, this is the biggest exploitation. One exploitation was in the economic field through the landlords, through the feudals, through the kings. They are extracting taxes from the people. People are working hard in the field. But when it is harvested, the lion's share is taken by the landlord or the feudal, the lord, and the biggest part goes to the king. So these were the two exploitations. The political exploitation of man and the religious exploitation of man. You have to present here something. That is why in the temple of Somnath, the amount of wealth, gold, that was gathered over there, where from did it come? From people who had some applications, some wishes. They wanted to pray to their gods, and they had to please, the custodians of that temple first. So that was actually, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has freed us. क्यों खालिक व मखलूक में हाई रहे पर्दे, सीराने कलीसा को कलीसा से उठा दो. There shouldn't be any distances between the creator and the created. They can communicate directly. You can communicate with me wherever you like. It's only you don't want to communicate with me because you have a guilty conscience, because you know you are earning haram, you are eating haram. You don't have the faith to face Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You don't have the tongue to talk to Him because everybody knows what He is. He knows what I am. Therefore, He wants some other ways. By hook or crook, you please some peer and you place something on the grave of some waliullah, and then all your wishes will be granted. So that is actually a very cunning way of exploitation that has been given an end by this ayah. وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ أُجِيبُ دَعْوَةَ الدَّاعِ إِذَا دَعَانِ. You need not go anywhere to call me. You need not please anybody to call me, to be able to communicate with me. Only whenever you like, but with sincerity. Make a firm resolve. I will respond to Allah's call. I will listen to Him. I will obey Him. I will act according to his commandments, and then talk to him. He will listen to you. He will grant your request. وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ أُجِيبُ دَعْوَةَ الدَّاعِ إِذَا دَعَانِ فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي. The second part of this covenant should be also fulfilled. They also should listen to me, hearken to me, and they also should respond to me, and they also should have real faith in me, لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْشُدُونَ, so that they reach the final destination of success. وَحِلَّ لَكُمْ لَيْلَةَ الصِّيَامِ الرَّفَثُ إِلَىٰ نِسَائِكُمْ. Now this very lengthy ayah, it gives final rules and regulations about the fasting in Islam.